wouldn't have streamed today if not for the issues on YouTube yesterday, so don't really have anything specific planned for today other than to stream and see whether the YouTube issue persists. You can see I ended my session last time here. I think I made more small adjustments to the decals on these vehicles. We can start same as yesterday, which is by testing the van. Oh yeah, and I made the event setup. Oh, really driving info walls with this thing. I need to compare with other event that I was testing yesterday. So the event, terrible for off-roading. Let me restore the normal height that I want on this thing. -5, -6. Oh, I did not want to go in reverse. And the reason for that, because with this height, we can walk easily into the. Oh, what's the thing? Hello? What? Why is this menu swapping my thing? Get in! Why am I not able to get in? Let's swap the thing again. Seat? There we go. Finally. But yeah, if you have this thing on stock height, you can't really walk in or out of it because it's a little bit too tall. So let's actually double check that. So yeah, your character, you can walk into it. I don't know what makes your character walk into it though. But yeah, most of the time you're just gonna be pushing it into it. Something with the side. That's why I lowered mine. 5 and 6. What else have I changed? I guess I couldn't compare. So everything would be similar. The rear tires AM1 so that it doesn't overload. Oh yes, I should have this image. Yeah, there we go. That's my recent build. I stiffened the rear, I believe, for so it can handle heavy cargo. And obviously I had to adjust the dampers for that. Yeah, the other one, the one that I use to set my current best lap time here in Ansan, has a softer rear. No, they're both on 150. Oh, because I also changed this one already. The one in the workshop, the one that I used to set my lap time. Yeah, it has softer rears. And obviously different dampers as well. Oh, and I already changed the tires on this one too. Alright. Put the KM2s back on. Softer rear. Wait, the dampers are 120, 150. It's backwards. Or rather, well, because it's one that I used didn't have adjusted dampers. Wait, Brains is still different. What? 150 to 120. Is it 120 the whole way? All, not the whole way. The whole setup? What's going on? Okay, now it is correct. But why was it only telling me two of the springs needed to change to 120? Oh, is it because the rear is actually stock? Yeah, that's it. So this is the problem with the workshop. Stock parts that are not actually parts, they're just removing the non-stock part. The workshop gets confused with those. So now that I have the correct spring rate of 120, 100, I need to adjust the dampers. Well, no, this is already the correct dampers too. Different from the one in the workshop, because the one in the workshop, like I said, I just forgot to update the dampers after changing the spring rate. Also, I see someone already made PHO decal. He didn't line it up properly though, pointing upwards. And of course, Amazon and UPS. Mail truck. Very shiny. Oh, this looks nice. Having the whole side be black, although he made it black all the way up there. And yeah, of course, it's from the same player. He seems to like very tinted windows. Is this four decals? One, two, three. So he used a single decal for that. Could be number 11 or something else. It's not on this side though. Why is it on the only on that side? Is that just how the design is? It's only looks that way on one side. Is this supposed to be something in real life that I don't recognize? Another DHL. Well, it's the exact same one. So people just re-uploading it. No idea whose is original. Anyway, I didn't come here to browse the workshop. Also, close the door. Oh yeah, I was supposed to try a different, yeah. Do I need to repair? Not yet. Oh, gonna be testing here. I need to not be in my stuttery single player. Let's go to multiplayer. Oh, it had regen. So far, I'm not really noticing much difference. Yeah, it's still understeers unless I'm on the throttle. is this exact same. Yeah, that's a lot of understeer. In fact, there might be more understeer even when I'm on the throttle. Yeah, I think it's worse since it's only a 50% lock. It's putting more power on the inside wheel instead of giving the same power on the inside and the outside, therefore causing more understeer. Well, not more, but more than with the two-way. The two-way, as soon as I get on the throttle, at least that's what I remember from yesterday. As soon as I have enough power on the throttle, it really wants to turn. Whereas this one, it is turning more than without the throttle, but doesn't feel like it wants to turn as much as with the two-way. Okay. I guess I should try the two-way again. We can compare, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but it is from yesterday, so may not just be remembering it correctly. What's going on? Why didn't it want to stop? Or was I just supposed to brake earlier? Didn't feel like the brakes was as strong. Yeah, this thing really wants to turn. Yeah, it feels a lot more compliant to my input, my steering. Why does it not want to slow down though? I guess the tires are in worse condition now than the past two laps. And the brakes are probably wearing out as well. Oh yeah, the tires are worse in two ways, I think. Not only is it wearing out like the brakes, but it's also overheated, so I'm losing grip. Anyway, yeah, I think the two-way is the 50th on this thing. Oh yeah, the brake pads quite worn, especially the front tires. Yeah, the thing with the two-way, I think the reason it works is it understeers anyways when you're not on the throttle. Oh, I thought we having issues again on stream, but let's see what's going on. The stream is fine, but my chat thing, Caster Labs, got disconnected. The one-way does have the advantage of being lighter. And I don't even know if the fact that the two-way, because it only says 100 here, which is the same as the one-way, except there's more locking. It's not, it doesn't say 100, 100, which is what I initially assumed how a two-way works, because it literally says right there, it goes two-way. So I would have assumed that this is 100, 100. Yeah, as in forwards and no acceleration and um deceleration locking, like the 1.5. But yeah, regardless of that, you need to be on the throttle to get this thing to steer more, since it's a front wheel drive. Well, it's not really just that it is front wheel drive, it's like weight distribution and whatnot. And I just think having more locking, since their front wheels are your steering wheels as well. I just think more locking is better, and it did feel better. Wait, I'm gonna stick with two-way. And well, we're done testing on the track, so I'm going back to my single player now. Right. Oh, we're clipping through. I thought I'm just blocked, but I can drive through it, I think. No? Okay. I need to despawn then, I guess. I didn't want to despawn it yet, because I want to recharge it. So this thing has moving parts. I can do some stuff with it, I think. Don't yet know what to do with it. Uh, First, let me review the parts I have. 0.5, two-way, increased brake power, but a lot more rear bias braking. Super front. For delivery, which I realized re just earlier, since I'm using these two for testing on track, and since those are the two events I have with the 670 engine, the others have weaker engine, the 300 and the 130. And we're done with the track build anyway. I think I can keep that one. Actually, no, that doesn't work because I need two for testing always, so that I can have one of them recharging while I continue testing with the other. I do have this build in the workshop though, so I can always go back to it. But also, probably should just upgrade the others as well to the 670 engine. Where is the engine on this thing? It's on the front axle. So it has a high risk of damage. Hmm. Well, I don't think. Okay, I've made my. I'm sorry for being a bit confusing. I'm changing this and that to both the racing build. The dampers are correct already on this one. Oh, I don't have KM2s on this one. Yeah, of course I didn't, because this isn't the race build. And then, since I have those two for racing now, and I do have two more. Oh, this thing also has the blue delivery decal. I thought they were right. Well, that's fine. So this thing is heavy, and this thing has the 130, which is stock. But also the 670 is way too expensive for not for something that isn't for racing. It has triple the torque. Yeah, double compared to this one. Hmm. I guess that's why we need to test it. Yeah, because these things cost pretty much the same. Oh, it weighs double. I didn't realize the 130 is much lighter. Because the 670 is not that much heavier. So it makes sense now why it's so expensive. Because it's a high quality motor. It's not just raw power. It gets that power at similar weight than a much weaker one. We should have that in the other vehicles where you have high power options that are much more expensive but doesn't increase the weight very much. In fact, oh, we can't see it here, but yeah, now that I think about it, the only reason we have our engine options right now is we basically only have three engines, the i4, the V8, and the V12. But if we had more engine types, then you can split those into similar groups as the EV, where you have not the 130, but the 300 and 670, where if you want more power, you can either get a bigger engine, which is heavier, or you can get the same engine that is much more expensive, but is not much heavier. But yeah, that will require the game to have more engines first, because right now there's a few engines to choose. There are also only a few engine types. Anyway, this thing is a heavy vehicle. In fact, oh, I don't have my contract anymore. This thing is very heavy. Anyways, so let me grab a contract before I forget. Still haven't found the heaviest ring. Anyway, as I was saying, this thing is very heavy. So let's look at the weight. Yeah, this is 3 tons. So the 130 is very underpowered for it. In fact, yesterday, no, it wasn't yesterday. It was on another stream where I tried to drive some cargo up this road and it couldn't really get over. Did I have the 300 with that one? I guess it doesn't matter because this thing shouldn't be holding such heavy stuff anyway. Because the only reason I got that much heavy stuff is with a trailer, and this thing shouldn't be pulling a trailer since it's a front wheel drive. So 300 should be enough. Considering how heavy this thing, something stronger would have been nice. But I'm not gonna upgrade to 670 because again, this is a front engine. So if you damage your engine, which you have a pretty high chance of being a front engine one. That's gonna be very expensive. So the 671, the 670 build has 6.5 FDR. This thing has less than half the power. So I'm thinking maybe 10.65 seems about right. But maybe I can get away with something lower or higher. So let's try lower first. No, let's try higher first. Actually, there's not much difference between these two. It's only 0.35. Whereas between these two is point, oh, nearly point 0.2 different. No, it's more than point 0.2. Yep, 2.15 different. Oh, I keep forgetting this is a different event now, so I need to check every part again. So this thing doesn't have a diff right now. I think I still want two-way on this. Definitely want increased brake power. Same brake balance. Oh, it already has roll bars on this thing, apparently. Soften the rear roll bar. I also braided the springs already. Yeah, because I used this for testing already. I want, I think 150s. Do I want 150 on the front? Yes. I don't want the front to be softer than the rear. And the rear only needs 200 resin. So that already has the same height. The rear tires can just be KM1, so it's cheap to replace since you're going to be replacing it a lot. We can keep the wheels. How heavy is this wheel? Oh, doesn't really matter much. Where is the wheel from this thing? Oh, it's a new wheel. Even. Also, these trophy wheels are all white. This is gray. Raven wheels are also white. And the dinky. The Tavan is two colors, but the Tavan GT is red. But all of these new wheels except the two colored Tavan wheel is paintable. They just have some of them just have a different color. So the Tavan GT comes in red, whereas the Evan wheel is gray. There, I can change the color on this. I'm guessing these things aren't supposed to be just white. I'm guessing that's the same as the Tango 40 paint, where the base color is white, but it's supposed to be super shiny. So something maybe not max roughness. Oh wait, do I not have that data in my thing? Hang on, let me open my spreadsheet. Yeah, I don't think I have that saved. Colors. Yeah, I don't have the chrome color from the Tanko 40. And I can't check it because it's broken right now. It doesn't come with the correct metallic and roughness. But yeah, I'm guessing these wheels are also supposed to have chrome-like metallic and roughness, which is why they have the white color, because that's the only other paint that I know of that is pure white in the base game. Usually, like on stuff like this, the well, this is a paint option, not a color palette option. But usually, well, I guess yeah, it works the same. Usually the paint stuff, they don't use pure white. It's gonna be like zero 0.9, zero 0.8, or sometimes it's even all the way down to zero 0.5. Let me see the top van ambulance. That's the first one that confused me. Yes, you might think this is white, but it ain't. So let me put a decal on this. I guess I didn't have to change. Yeah, you can see this is pure white. It's much brighter. This is more like 50 brightness, I believe, which is very dark. Oh, it's not 50. Uh, something around zero 0.6. Oh yeah, I didn't have to spawn this. I could just check what I already have here. Because I already color matched this on this thing. This one has metallic and roughness adjusted though, to make it shiny. When it's shiny like this, you don't really notice that it's not pure white color. But still, if you look at this line is pure white, I think. It becomes much more obvious. Oh, it's not. It's 0.75, but still, it's brighter. You can clearly see that's brighter than the base color of the ambulance. 0.75. Oh, it is 0.75. Is the paint? I guess I can't look at the paint. Yeah, this is something else. It didn't look like it was 0.75 though. Yeah, it is. It isn't. 0.75 is brighter. But yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Alright, let's get back to the E-band. I was checking the parts, which is how I ended up on the wheel. So let's continue. This thing doesn't have a rule. This thing shouldn't be using a hitch because it's front wheel drive. So I think that's it. And I want the exact same thing on this other one. Stock radiator, 300 power. Oh Oh yeah, I still need to test the FDR. I have 1.5 way on this, but that's before I did my unstand testing from yesterday. So I'll replace that with the two-way now. Same thing with the anti-roll bar and the springs. The 300 springs is to handle the weight of a trailer, which shouldn't have with this. Oh wait, the rear should be 200. Right height is so that you can walk in and out. Tires, the front need as much grip as they can have. You definitely want the KM2s there, but the rear doesn't. Oh yeah, these things are rated for 1.4 tons per axle. How heavy is this thing by when it's empty? The front is always overloaded, even when it's empty. But the rear is not. But the weight of your cargo gets added to the rear wheels mostly. And like I said, being a front wheel drive, you want as much grip on the front anyways. So KM2s for the front it is, and the cheapest tires at the rear, just so it's cheap to replace. I like the pulse wheel on this thing. Is there anything else that looks like it's for an electric vehicle? I guess the Hydro wheel. I didn't originally put the Hydro wheel on the other one because I put it on the 670 horsepower one, but I wanted to save as much weight as I can with those, so I replaced that already. This looks like something you will see on an electric car, but it is a K-Truck wheel, the Dabo. Does this thing stick out? Kinda. Well, on the rear it does, because I have spacers on the rear. Actually, now that I think about it, I shouldn't have spacers on this thing. If anything, it should be at the front. So I can go with Neo X wheels. It's the same weight as the Pulse wheel. So that's gonna be exactly the same as my other one. Well, this is the one that has the Pulse wheel. For the other one, I can put the Neo X wheels so that they weigh the same. I still like the Zyro though, even though it's heavier than the Mag is. So I think I'm gonna put that back on the 670 horsepower one. Though maybe not on both of them. Yeah, I can put it on just one of them. So I can still differentiate them even when I change everything else. Well, not differentiate, but identify from each other. This one can keep the Magus wheel. This one, since it has the white paint, think would look better the Hydro wheel, Hydro GT. I can also have it um different front to rear. How do I think about it? Being a front wheel drive, I want more weight at the front than the rear, which this thing already does have. It already is heavier at the front than the rear. So yeah, no, let's not have mixed wheels. I also wanted to change spacers. Instead of removing the spacer, since this thing has a lot of power anyway, you can just increase the spacer at the front to match the rear. So this one has lighter wheel. I can put heavier spacers on this. Let's give this one more spacer. And I think that's it for those two. What's the numbering of these things? Number 21 is that one. Oh, 22 is this one. They're not gonna be in order. Because this is 671. Oh, the first and last one. The first and fourth even are the 670 and the 22 and 23 are the 300. So this thing still has a hitch. So let's remove that. And then the spacer. Yeah, let's put 20 all around. Spacers would be nice on this thing. But I don't want to go having the wheels sticking out the side. And I think that's it. And since this one has the same paint as the other one, and it has these wheels on it, I think this is the one that I'll be customizing. Let's go ahead and do that. And my idea is, so far, since this thing has moving pieces, okay, let's not drive around. I wanna make it like a single build. My tow truck is full. I need the light attachments though. My tow truck dealership is full of vehicles. I guess I can move this out of the way. Still working on those. Yeah, I don't want to move those out of the way. Yeah, because right now I have two events with the blue delivery paint. Let's replace this. Oh, first I want to know what colors that I need. So let's spawn one of my vehicles with the Stinko paint job. Which one has the Stinko? Essam? It's a taxi. This thing. Let's color match. I should have done this for my other Cinco builds. I don't know why I didn't think of doing this. I just eyeballed the colors instead of doing something like this to properly match the color. That looks very similar already. Maybe a bit more color and slightly brighter. Yeah, it's definitely 0.09, I think. Is it 95 saturation or 90? I think it's 96, but it's brighter. I should have used a different decal because this line is making it hard to tell. Let's see something like this. Well, there's still a massive line. Yeah, because that's not how that works. If you have decals on paint, there will always be a line between them. I don't think that's quite it, but it looks very similar already. Looks more orange. Oh, could it be 0.8 but brighter? Okay, I think more saturated? No. Less? Not either. No, I think this is. I had it better before. What I need to clean up my glasses because it's making it harder for me to see things. Yeah, it looks a little bit more orange, but it's not from saturation. In fact, it looks a little less saturated, but I think 96 saturation is correct. And if I change the hue, it's end up it ends up too orange. Unless more like this. Yeah, that looks very similar too. And the numbers make more sense. 95, 85. Also, I should probably start off with my existing colors. We can also see whether I got it right or not. First, let's remove these. I need 6 colors. There's so many colors here. I need to clear some of these. So I have this color saved. 67. I don't. I don't know what this is for, but it's one of my newer ones, so it's probably from a recent build. Oh, I should have copied the thing, the code. Why do I have more colors down here? I don't know what's up with my grouping, but it's a mess right now. Anyway, this other color is not here either. I guess if I don't know, I don't have to have anything written. Oh, this is the same. Oh no, I shouldn't have looked from here. I should have looked from here. Because some of these, yeah, they have metallic and roughness setting. So I didn't get to save that. Oops. Well, it's the same color, so it probably has the same metallic and roughness. I just have it saved twice. One is not here either. Metallic and brightness is just the default, zero point 0.3 and zero point 0.5, but I should still write it down. It's very similar, but different roughness. Right, that's enough colors. Let's go back to the details of that palette. Oh, went too far back. So I still have two spare slots. Why can't I see the decal on this thing? Oh, it's just the line. Yeah, the line isn't there from a distance. You can still kind of see it's a different color. In fact, maybe only slightly brighter? Okay, immediately my color is much brighter. Oh, I have this though. This is quite similar. Which one looks better? Or looks like a better match? My new one, of course. And this is the one for this bit, not even the side bit. This was my side color, so way too bright. Remove that as well now. So is it actually a match? No, the rear one is darker. I was correct on that at least. That's not quite right either. Darker and less saturated, but I did get quite close. That looks like it now. I had the wrong hue, so I had to increase the saturation to compensate. But now that I can see it next to each, the correct color, I was able to spot that mistake. Yeah, this thing is more saturated, but the hue is more towards green. So I also had to increase the brightness. So I did get very close on that one at least. This one is much brighter. Oh yeah, I think the reason most of my colors are brighter, except for the dark color, is because I have a brighter base paint. This is not pure white. I think I used almost, not almost, but a much brighter white base color than what this has. And that's why I ended up with brighter colors, except for the one for the dark color. That looks more blue. No, I think 62 is correct. So hard to tell because it's such a small piece. We can save that for now and compare later again. What other colors is there? I guess just these two in the back. I thought there were six. One, two, three, four, five. What's the other color? Oh, the base color. Duh. Let's try to match the base color of it. Is this the base color or is this something else? I think it is the base color. But yeah, mine is much brighter. That's too dark. 0.45. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, that seems to be actually maybe 0.44 instead. Oh, oh yeah, there's a hotkey here. I should be using this more often. I keep forgetting that's a thing. I can almost not see it when the camera is far away. You can't really see it moving anymore. That looks close, but not quite. Definitely less saturated. What's the saturation on the other color? 0.6 and 0.95. Wait, which has the yellow? Well, this is a different yellow than the one in the back. That still looks less saturated. Even less. I think that's it. Yeah, if I make it darker, doesn't quite match. Am I seeing a hint of orange there? hard to tell with the yellow next to it. The yellow might just be tricking my eye. Let's save that and see if we can give it. No, there's not. That's too much orange. Even if I make it dark, actually, that kind of looks similar still. Definitely looks like too orange now, though. Maybe even less saturation. Still looks too orange. No, it's too faded. Needs to be more saturated. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Could it be the same orangey color as the fire trucks have? Which is what I put on this thing. Try that color. And that's why I'm saving the colors, in case I can think of a similar looking color from something else. No, it's more red. But this is, there's definitely a little bit of orange there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's not something I can get using just this menu. I need to adjust the code itself. Yeah, this looks too pink or too red. Not enough orange. Because there is no orange on this one. It's purely red. Definitely not the same color as the fire truck. That still looks more orange. I guess I went too far on the saturation. Oh, is that it? That looks closer than my other color. Yeah, this is too orange, this is too pink. Hmm, there's still not quite. Definitely looks more similar, so I can get rid of these other two now. Oh, this is a time to use the sharper decal, so we don't see the line anymore when the camera is far enough away. And we can zoom in without seeing the line. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's very close, but not quite. Might have to adjust the colors here. this other color for? Oh, that's um. No, I need that yellow. Could it just be darker than the other one? Looks like it is. No, it's less saturated as well. That's not enough saturation now. Like that, 9363. Or maybe I need to adjust the hue. Let's save this. Try a more yellow hue. Too bright. That looks better. Let's remove the other one. Alright, I think that's it. 089258. So let's save these colors. 089258. I don't yet know the metallic and roughness. It's probably one of the commonly used metallic and roughness. Because most of these paint options have the same metallic and roughness on them. Pink, purple, yellow, right? They're both stripes. It's just that this one is, what's the term for it? I guess this is the front or rear one, and the other is the side stripe. Uh, the gray ones are the ones that I need to double check, which is the same case for this one, because it doesn't quite look right. I think these two groups has to do with the way the paint colors are used. These are not actual paint colors, they're more like object textures than paint, whereas everything up here are actually applied to the body. Although there is the stock Mitaj body too, which is a body, a part of the Mitaj body that is meant to look like it's not like it's a different thing. Anyway, but it is paintable. So I'm not sure really how to group stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's what these two groups are. I don't know why they are separate from each other though. I don't have a section up here for. Oh, I think that's what the other here is for. Yeah, this is what the other stuff is for. I think. Doesn't really matter how I group them. Once I have the color. Actually, what's the term for colors like this? Or is it still just blue? All right, there we go. We have all six colors that we need. I need to put this back in its place. Same thing with the other shop that I spawned. All right, I need to minimize the window. Looking at where I should place the decal. This middle and rear section is mostly straight, but then you get to the front and it has a bunch of polygons on it. Anyway, let's go place our decals first, or alignment decals. Oh, I can't paint that. Ooh, not even, yeah, it's not even here either. Alright. Wait, so I can't put the Cinco colors on the front or rear then. I'm gonna have to put it on the side. Wait, so everybody, yeah, everybody just has the black rear to front. Because it's not paintable. Hmm. The side is a huge space to put decals on. So that's still enough. But now, what can I use to figure out the decal alignment? I guess underneath the crop. I'm gonna need increased height so I can see it. Well, not the rear. I can have it on the front. Because I can only decal the side anyway. Can I see it now? Is there even... There isn't. Well, that's gonna make aligning the decals more difficult. Assuming the decals even need the... Yes, it does, because the camera changes every time I project it. If I project that and open it again, yeah, it changes. That makes things difficult. You can use the mirror function to get close to our alignment. So this is lined up right now on this side, but the mirroring is broken. So yeah, it's lower on that side. I can't see the shape. Oh, dang it. Well, I need to line it up. So anyway, kind of hard to see. What color should I use to see the line? So this is slightly lower now. But I still I need it even lower. Oh wait, no. Yeah, because that's the mirror. I need it to be slightly higher. kind of hard to see. I should close the gap. Oh, looks like I got it. All I need now is this side alignment, which I think the mirror still works as a reference for. We'll see. So if I just line them up, dang it, it broke my projection again. It's constant stuttering. Need to be careful when I'm changing the projection. Is that good? Are we still lined up? No, that's too low. Oh, it is too low because I was looking at this instead of the other one. Looks slightly lower still. That looks too high, but let's see. Actually, yeah, it is too high. Is that low enough? Or do I need to lower it more? I need to lower it some more. Okay, now I have it. Then I need to move it back. Yeah, it's too far forward. Which this is similar. Like I said before, so yeah, we can use that as reference on how far back we need to pull it. Make sure you turn it off so you're not gonna get confused by it. So I should see a little bit on that. I don't see a little bit of it. It just could that could just be. Oh yeah, because it's a different surface. You need a different thing to line up on this bit. That works. There should be that on this side. There isn't. I need to move it forward. Yeah, I'm talking about lining up with this. So there's a tiny bit of blue there. Have a look at the other side. That's real close. So maybe just one more pixel. Not enough. Maybe two more. Come on, oh, one more pixel. There we go. This is what my high sensitivity is hard with, making really tiny movements. Okay, I think that's good enough. It's just the difference in rendering that's creating a different appearance. Now that I have that alignment and this alignment, I need to double check the first alignment that I did. I'm gonna put it on this line this time, a different reference, and see if it still matches. Assuming that line is on this side of the van. Yeah, it's slightly higher now on that side. I need to move it down maybe 2 pixels. No, I think I should have kept it where it is. Let me try moving it back up by only 1 pixel, if that's enough. It is. So that should be more accurate now. Let's place it there again on our other reference to double check. It's not lined up there anymore. Did I move it by mistake without realizing? I'm moving it back 1 pixel. Okay, we're back. Just got messed by the horizontal alignment. So let's try checking that horizontal alignment once again. Okay, now we're lined up. And you're just he just arrived right after I completed another alignment, decal alignment. Oh, I shouldn't have moved the camera yet. I need the other side as well. Forgot. Well, I'm gonna need to. I can still use my a camera trick to find object alignment. So on this side, well, no, I can't use the wall. The camera shouldn't be on the wall. So I need this fender to look like this. on the other side. Oh, I messed with it. I shouldn't have exited. Okay, so the fender is a tiny bit on both of them. Just good. Try a different color this time. Oh, he found his YouTube. What does he have in his channel? I don't think I can use that as a reference on the other side. So the whole thing has a line there. See if that's the case on the other side. Not really. Oh, wait, no, that could just be because we haven't lined up horizontally. Yeah, I need to compensate for the camera change when I duplicated. I shouldn't have exited the decal menu. Or rather, I shouldn't have moved my camera until I got the other side as well, so that I didn't have to line up the horizontal again. What? My stuttering again? Just somehow my stutter, because it's so consistently every 10 seconds, it keeps catching me. Happens way too often, even when I'm being careful. Oh yeah, this is what the mirror is doing. See on the other side. Well, I'm lining up again right now, but on the other side. So yeah, that is too low, just like the mirror is showing. Yeah, the mirror is appearing way too low. We already know that the mirror is quite close to what I need it to be. So if it's moving way too much like that, then it needs more adjustment. Okay, that seems small enough. Let's align here and there again and see how it looks on the other side. This side is too high. I think the vertical is aligned already though. Move it a couple pixels. All right. So this is only half and half. And then that line. Got the other side. Careful of the stuttering. Um, it's one pixel forward, I believe. I need to move it one pixel back because the line here on the other side is too small. So find that one pixel and drag to the corner. Oh yeah, the way I measure when I'm trying to make small changes is I move the mouse to the corner and then depending on which corner I need to move to, I move the mouse from the corner and see if it is as many pixels as I want it to move, then I drag from there back to the corner because the corner is a constant position. Whereas if you drag from the corner, then you might end up dragging it more than you think you are. So I always drag towards the corner. Look at the other side. It's still smaller on this side. Maybe need one more pixel. I'm gonna move the mouse again, one pixel away from the corner. As soon as I find that one pixel, there we go. I drag back into the corner. So that's one pixel of adjustment. Then let's project it here again. So that's similar as before. It looks slightly different now because of the change in projection angle. Okay, I think that's enough now. Yeah, it still looks like this is a tiny piece of blue, but now there's a little bit more down here as well. So that's just a rendering thing with the texture. So it is half and half like the other side now, like this one. It's just not able to render the blue properly on the other side, but it's there. You can see it, a tiny bit of it, and then this side is more blue. So these two are the reference decals. I'm just gonna hide them using a fully opaque color. So now, oh, and make sure you don't resize or don't stretch your reference color because say I want a text like, no, let's not use taxi, emergency. So say I want this text. Oh, I shouldn't be projecting again. All right, so I have this text. If I change the stretch of the decal and it doesn't exactly match the other side, then it's gonna be very difficult to match them. Whereas because I didn't change the stretch, all I have to match is the scale to make them exactly the same on both sides. And also your text appears at the correct ratio, height to width as the decal default. And sometimes you might want a perfect circle, so you still have the perfect circle from your reference. You can still make a perfect circle rather using your reference decal. So now the first thing I want to make is the stripe Then you stretch the duplicated decal, not the reference one. Your reference one should always be at the default stretch so that you always have the default scale with height to width scale when you're duplicating. Like right now, I have a duplicate. I'm not editing the reference. Um, what do I want to use? I guess I can just use a rectangle. So this one is not the reference anymore. So I can stretch this however I want now. Because if you change the stretch on your reference, then since you're always duplicating from your reference, you don't get the correct height to width anymore every time you duplicate that. Do I want it up there or down here? Since this van has a moving piece, I'm thinking Cinco, but I can't paint the black bit though, which is a problem because I would have put the red and yellow striping on the back, but I can't. But that's fine. Because this thing has a massive side anyway, so I can just put the striping here at the side, which is what I'm making now. Oh, perfect. It's rendering on this, but not on this side. Exactly where I want it. Oh yeah, so here. So yeah, if I duplicate this, which is what I just did, and change this to a different decal, this is now a stretched version of the decal. But I don't want a stretched version, so I'm going back to the reference and duplicating it. Which one is just the front rear one? The 0.08, which is this one. Oh, and decals like this is not perfectly straight. Like you can see, this one is lower than the others. So when you're rotating, don't use that to figure out whether your rotation is at the correct angle. Switch to another decal. I guess the square. And make it big if you can. I just got that today. That's what I was making before I started lining up the decal. My other Cinco builds didn't use that. Yeah, so I can, since this decal is huge, I can more clearly see the small angle in error. And it's a completely flat decal as well, so it's easier to see that. Yeah, my older Cinco decals has brighter colors. Because I just made those very quickly. Well, not all of them, but the first one that I made, I just made it quickly. So I decided to intentionally have brighter colors. And then from that first build, I just used the same colors to my other builds. But now I'm actually copying the actual Cinco colors. There's still a little bit of blue below the line on that side. And I think it's not on this side. I need to rotate it more. A little bit more. Alright, that's good enough. Don't really need to be perfect with this. So now that I have a 90-degree rotated decal, I'm also not gonna stretch this one so that every time I want a rotated decal, I can use it as a source for duplicating. And it just so happens I don't need to stretch this decal anyway. Oh yes, I have the background decal that I can use. Well, the source decal that I can use. The van is rectangular though, so let me use a rectangle instead. So yeah, you can see this is the white color of the Cinco. It's not really white, it's gray. In fact, it's less than 50% in brightness. It's very dark. And that's why I decided on my Cinco builds, I wanted something brighter than the Cinco color. I didn't like how dark their colors are. Like the whole point of their design is visibility and contrast, but for some reason, that's not what their colors have. So I might still go back to my old Cinco colors instead of using this. But we'll see if it actually looks too dark or it's fine. Oh, this is rotated decal. Let's not use that. So I don't want this thing touching the bottom piece. So I'm gonna line up with this. And I don't want it there either because of this line. So now that I'm lined up with that, and I may as well line up with this. And then I'll resize it so that it doesn't go over that line. So now I have a nice space that is equal on all three sides. Well, it looks mostly equal, but the decals are not rendered are not centered properly, so don't think it's actually perfectly equal on all sides. But I think the circle is mostly in the center though. It's other circular shapes like this one that are not actually that are not even close to being centered. So when you rotate it, you can clearly see it moving around instead of just rotating in place as you'd expect a circle decal will do. I need a reference. So can I fit back here? No, it's too long. I need a couple of references. In fact, I need the actual Cinco decal. Yeah, this shape is hard to make without the projection change, which I don't do. So I don't actually need this reference. I'm not copying that anyways. So that's another thing that I didn't copy from the Cinco decal. I didn't try to make the exact same shape. I made my own shape of it that's much easier to make. In fact, I believe this one is even simpler than my original one. Because this is my Atlas 4x2. The first one that I made is on the 6x4. And I made it differently than this one as well. But this one is the simplest version and the latest that I made. So which decal is it again? This one? Yeah, I didn't bother stretching this one either to make it easier to copy. That's the thing when you're copying things is you should avoid having to manually stretch. Just use the default. Looks like I got it pretty close already. Maybe a little bit less angle. And the end of it is just slightly past the circle shape so that there's a gap between the two sides of the blue. Yeah, there we go. It's already copied. Very easy to recreate. Maybe slightly back actually. Yeah, like that. Keep it simple so that you can recreate the stuff very easily. Oh, I think my reference was this line. It should be straight. Let's look if this is straight. Yeah, it is. You can see from the pixelation, it is a straight line. I want a little bit of straight line on top. Although this one actually looks like it's slightly angled down. Hmm. Yeah, I think mine is lacking a bit of angle. There we go. There's a little bit of downward angle now. At the very end of it, it's all straight and then a tiny bit of downwards at the end. Speaking of resizing stuff, now that I want a text, I do have this yellow circle that I can very easily match the size of. So let's see how big of a text I get if I duplicate this circle. It's quite small. Right, that's another thing you can use is if you want exactly similar size things, and you have shapes like that. If I copy the size of this, I think that's pretty much the same size now, and then change it to the text. I should now have the exact same text size. Yep, there you go. Makes it easier to match the size, but that's too small for what I need. So that's not what I'll be using. So let's uncheck the, well, check the back face. I want something much bigger. Oh, what I can do is make another one to match. The taxi decal is bigger. Yeah, there we go. We can match the taxi from the circle. Let's put the A. Where's the A of? Oh wait, emergency doesn't have an A. So there's no matching letter. But we can still match the size. Yeah, that's the same height now. Yep. Except it's bigger now. How do I want to place this text though? This side doesn't have a moving piece. The moving piece here is the door, not the side panel. How does it look when it's open? Oh, you can still see the stuff. That's good. Uh, the window is kind of covering the circle though. So I need to move the circle forward. Like there. So even when the door is open, you can still see the whole thing. There's our little bit of downwards again. Yeah, that looks way better that way. And now, I do have plenty of space around. You can have it like right next to the door, maybe. But the thing is, this is the opposite emergency text. What about this emergency text? Not quite level. And this is a little bit smaller, I think. Oh, when you're trying to match the size of something, and there is a big difference between the height and the width, it's easier to match the size using the longer side. So I should be matching the size using the end of the Y here and then the end of the E there, instead of trying to match the height. Let's close this again. Oh, there's this piece. So I need to move it back. Can't see it because of this thing. I don't want it appearing there. But now this letter E is getting cut by this line. But that might be okay because this text is different anyway. The C is narrower than the N. And I can see this one is further than the E there. But the E is not quite there either. Yeah, so this is a tiny bit bigger still. Because even though I lined up the E on with the Y there, the Y here is still sticking out, unlike the E. I need to make it slightly smaller. Make sure to move it as well so that this still matches. Yeah, now it's the correct size. Yeah, because sometimes when you're trying to match stuff like this, either it's just the way the decal is rendered pixelated that it looks like the letter N is taller than the E. It could also be the color. No, it still looks taller. It could just be the way the decal is rendered because of the pixelation. Or I should move. What the heck happened with the menu there? I need to move this so that there's less pixelation. Yeah, I can see the top and the bottom are, it looks like it has a gradient. But if I move it up a bit, there's still a little bit of gradient, but it's sharper now. Actually, that's not even where I want it, really. Where do I want it? I guess I can have it in the middle. So let me duplicate this again. The circle. Just where I want to line up with the circle. So this is gonna be my reference on where this text needs to go, so that it's in the same height as the circle. Looks like they're correct height as well. Oh, I can turn the backface off of this now, since I have another reference that I can use. Oh, looks like I lined it up already. The N is still getting cut off. Same thing with the E. I don't like that, but let's save it for now. Let's try a different position. Like there. Move our reference. Try to place this within the reference. Alright, so no letter is getting cut off by this line anymore. And the N is just on that line. Can remove that now. Let's change this to the other color. Yeah, this is why I don't like their default color. But maybe if I make it shinier, the shiny paint color is... I need to have a separate metallic and roughness for that. What's this shine again? Wait, what's this dark blue? 9.3? This thing, I think. 0.15 and 0.05. What is it? 0.15? Wait, no, that can't be it. This is something else. It's this one. This is the old shiny paint. 0.9 and 0.25. Reconnects before YouTube decides to end the stream. Reconnects before YouTube decides to end the stream. There we go. Okay, thankfully it reconnected. I think I lost connection for a bit, but we're back. Thankfully YouTube didn't end the stream still, even though I got disconnected for a bit. It always takes YouTube a while to reconnect. Twitch reconnects right away. That doesn't look quite right, but that could just be because this thing is a bit of a weird shape. Oh yeah, it isn't. That's the taxi sign. So maybe it is this. That doesn't seem right though. The metallic is low. No, it's not YouTube. I lost internet for like a second. So it had to reconnect, and YouTube takes a long time to reconnect, unlike Twitch. So I think it is this one, 0.15 and 0.05. This is not looking right. It still doesn't look right to me. What other metallic and roughness do I have? Yeah, that's gotta be it. Oh yeah, I have it even listed right here. As some Panther Vista Dino. So that is the correct metallic and roughness. And yeah, this still looks very dark. And this is exactly why I don't use the default Cinco colors. Well, I think it's just dark on this side. This side doesn't look too bad. It still would look better if it's brighter though. The wheels should also be shinier. Oh wait, that's too low. It's the roughness. Need to adjust. Let's just give it the same shine. Yeah, this looks too dark. Okay, compared to my own Cinco colors. Even here, compared to if I just make it white, although these are still very dark. Is this even pure white though? What? Where's the body color? Is it this? Oh, it's covered by decal. This thing. No, it's this. 0.75. So this is a little too bright. It makes all the other colors look too dark. But if I tone it down to 75 like I have there, that looks way better still. What is 0.45? Maybe just zero point 0.6 instead, so it's not too bright compared to the actual Cinco color. So that's 30% brighter. But if I make it 30% brighter, I should also make everything else 30% brighter. We can try that. I have the colors saved on the palette anyway. But the thing with colors is you can't just make it brighter and expect it to look the same. Because the white is not color, it's just light. So if I'm going to make this 33% brighter, this goes up to 70. Yeah, now it looks faded. So I also need to up the saturation. But how much do I need to increase the saturation? 0.7 from fully saturated is minus 30% is 4.9 or 4.8. Well, I can't do decimals like that, so it just has to be 5. Do I need to increase saturation by 5? No, it's 2 by 2. So that's 30% more saturated. No, it's not saturation. I don't know what to call it. We're doing it invert. 30% less faded from a fully saturated color, I think, is the correct technical. Alright, so let's do the same thing here. 58 times 133 is 77. I think we can do the same on saturation here where we add 2. Do I want the dark color to also be brighter? I think not. I think I can just keep the exact same dark color. Well, I can revert it since I have the colors right here. So let's try to make it brighter. Let's go up to 25. And the saturation, this is a massive increase. I need to go up to 73. Yeah, that looks fine actually. Just need to go 60. Need to go up to 88. It's already fully saturated, so that doesn't need to be changed. Yeah, that looks way better. The default single colors are way too dark. I don't know what's up with the colors on them. And this is only 30% increase. I don't think I want to go up to 50% increase. I think this is good now. Because if I increase it, 50% of the original 0.45 is 675, which is not that much brighter. Yeah, it's still very dark at 50%. So maybe I should make it 50% brighter then. Let me save it first. Save that color and then let's try making it brighter. So this goes up to 68. Actually, no. Just let's round it down instead of rounding up. That's the base color. The the background color of these are the ones that need to be much brighter. Oh wait, I should do the same calculation with the brightness as the saturation, I think. If it's more than 0.5. I mean, you can try calculating for both. 1.52 plus 50% is 78, but um, the half of 48 is 24 plus 52 is 76. It's not that much different. 76 versus 78. So this goes up 9. I don't know what to do with this because it's supposed to be dark. Yeah, I think I should just not adjust this one. Oh wait, that's already the adjusted value though. This is the base value. Wait, did I adjust the correct value here as well? 0.58, 79. I didn't. Oh yeah, and the saturation different. Alright, I need to check again. 76 is correct here. But saturation of 1, 2, 3, or 4. Hmm. I think less saturated is better. Yeah, I guess the saturation cancels out the increased brightness somewhat. So it's still quite dark. Oh wait, what's the correct color here now? 67? 67. 88. Oh, this is already 0.88. Yeah, brighter is 50% brighter looks better than just 30% because the original is way too dark. It needs more than 30% increase. So we're still missing one more line. The discolored line. Where do I want to put this line? I guess here. If I move this decal any further forward, it's gonna appear on this side, which I do not want. And then how do I make this shape over here? Oh, on the semi-drop, I have it all the way going to the front and the back. But I don't think I want that on this thing. You can see how it looks like if I just have it go straight. Yeah, that doesn't look right for this thing. So I want maybe hmm, maybe this. That doesn't work. This. Doesn't work either. I need. What do I need? Just a triangle? Oh, maybe this will work. No, doesn't work either. Guess I can just. I have the angled decal, the rotated decal right here that I can use with this. Don't like how it's rendering that, but I can't do anything about that. Oh, that doesn't work. I need the rotation again. This is not the adjusted color yet. What is 50% brighter version of this? 93 and 97? Oh, I should have. No, because that's the different side. We still have this front section here that we can put stuff on. I don't want something more back here as well, because this is supposed to be 2 layers. What do we even put there? Oh wait, this can kind of be like a Cinco ambulance. It is a van, and you can convert vans into ambulances. So we can. Also, once again, the decal is not centered. The emergency text decal that is not the rectangular one. In fact, the Y there is at the edge, even though it's a duplicate. Wait, are they not? I mean, yeah, that's how it should be. In fact, there's a line between these. I just remembered. I don't have the color for the line. So you see, I changed the emergency to ambulance, and now there's a piece of the A sticking out here, but then the E is further back. They are somehow exactly the same length though. This SCM text is in the way. Well, the top text doesn't have to be up there. It can be down here. In fact, I kind of want to line it up somewhat. Which, yeah, I think if I have it centered like that, uncheck the back face so I can see it on this side as well. See this thing sticking out. You know what? I should replace these colors now. Now that I have them saved on my spreadsheet anyway. Can always go back to those, but I don't think I will. So let's save the new colors. Oh yeah, I need this one as well. So you missed the part where I made the new colors. So you're gonna see how I got it now. And I did it by spawning one of the Cinco cars. I need the black. This is not gonna be easy. The blacks are always hard to recreate. Wait, is that red? I always thought it was black. Now that I'm zooming in on it, it looks red. Could that be a similar red. Where's our Cinco red? Wait. Oh, it's right here. Duh. It might be a darker version of this. I thought this thing was black. Why is it? Yeah, that looks pretty much the same now. I just had to make it darker. Well, you said you also missed the decal alignment, and I did this before that. And you also said that what was it? You said something as well that implies you missed it. Yeah, that looks maybe more saturated. Not really. Right now, I'm zoomed in. I can see a slight bit of line between the colors, but if I zoom out, that line can disappear. So now I can see the same color right next to each other. Well, not the same color, but the colors that I'm trying to copy, and I can see maybe it actually is less saturated. Okay, maybe 92. I think that's it. 92, 25. And then I have to adjust it to my, because I adjusted all the colors. I marked this as gray though, because it's hard to match. It didn't look like it matches, but this is the closest that I could get. Whereas this one, it actually does look like it's pretty much a proper match. So now I just need to make it adjusted for my colors. Would be that. I don't like that this is yellow and yellow in the back. So let's swap the red with the yellow. Why is that a difference? Okay, that's just the way the decals are rendered. So yeah, even though these are the same color decals, like if I click on it, it's the same. The game doesn't render them correctly. So that's the thing that I noticed on the fire truck. It has white on white, but you can see two different colors of white, even though they're the same color. The decals are not quite rendering properly when you layer things on top of each other. Right, that looks better now that you have the yellow here and then the red down there. And then we're missing the actually, could I use the angle of this to make the line, the cut line, not the... Oh yeah, I haven't put the other line as well yet. Let's make that other line first. So I need to use... Actually, no. I was gonna say I need to use the circle to find the middle, but the line is not in the middle because I moved the ambulance text down. Also, I made a mistake of when I moved the decal. I need to redo that.